Welcome to Season 2 of Digging Deeper Ag Chats with Al, the podcast that brings you timely and practical stories straight from the paddock. From sowing to shearing, fire to flood, and everything in between. We're here when it matters most. Each episode taps into real experiences, expert voices, and grounded advice that helps you stay ahead on farm. I'm Alistair from the Gippsland Ag Group, a grassroots farmer-led network in Gippsland, focusing on soil, grain and fodder, pasture and livestock. We're here to support producers in building resilient and profitable enterprises across our region. So let's dig in. Welcome to Digging Deeper. We have a very special guest today. I'll explain a little bit more, but Taylor, how are you going?
Hey, good, thanks. How are you?
Not too bad. Now, the reason you're a special guest is you are by far our youngest guest we've had on so far. Can you just mention how old you are, Taylor?
Oh, yeah, 15, a couple of months ago, so, going pretty well.
So Mum actually had to drive you in from school today.
Yep.
Yeah. Now, just before we start, there's a bit of a surprise question for you. I didn't actually put this in my email to you, but why agriculture? What's your earliest memory and why are you interested in ag?
Oh, just, I don't know, growing up on the farm with Dad, always helping out, checking calves, helping out in the sheds and fixing things, baling hay. I just love it. It's really cool and there's just so much, involved in it. But, yeah. Never
a dull day on the farm, is there?
No, definitely not.
So can you remember your earliest memory on the farm? Because you grew up on a farm, didn't you?
Yeah. It's probably feeding the neighbour's calf for him, getting up early and going down with the bottle and, talking to...
How old were you then, do you remember, Taylor?
Around 4 or 5, I think I was. Yeah. His
name
was Buddy, I think.
Yeah, right. And did you mind what happened to Buddy? Do you remember what happened?
No. I just remember going down and feeding him. And
Now, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, so 15 at Nagel in Bairnsdale. Do a bit of cattle showing, got my own stud, and got work at a dairy out at Mittens Road kind of thing, out that way. So
just milking
cool.
On the farm? Or?
Yeah, just milking in the afternoons after school, and
Yeah. So what year are you in? Year 9?
Year 9 this year, yeah.
Yeah, and how's school treating you so far?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
You don't mind being at school?
No, it's not that bad. Get to hang out with my friends and do all that.
Now, I was talking to your mum, actually. She actually had an event here at Gippsland Ag today, and she said that you were actually involved from a very early age on the farm. Can you remember some things you used to do with your old man around the farm when you were younger?
Yeah, helping him out in the sheds. Or we'd go in and to the cattle yards and see all the cows and watch them all get sold and all that. And Dad would get talking to his mates and I'd just go off and play in the yards. It's pretty awesome.
Your mum actually said he had to ban you from going to the yard because Dad wasn't doing a good enough job because you're making snow angels in the sawdust one day.
Yeah, always good fun.
Yeah. Now, you mentioned there that you have been involved in showing cattle. Where did that start?
So we got a potty calf around when I was about 7 or 8, and little Hereford, and his mum had passed away and he hadn't had enough colostrum, so he was in the carport getting fed and all that, hanging out in there, and Mum was like, oh, how about we chuck him on a lead so then you can move him around better. And he was one of our first proper calves that I was super involved with. And Bairnsdale show was coming up. And Mum's like, how about you take him in the Bairnsdale show and we'll, see how he goes there. But yeah, just loved it. It was pretty good.
So you literally just put a halter on him and started walking around? Or
Yeah, pretty much. Had the bottle, come on, Billy. Making him chase you around, and yeah, it's pretty awesome.
Yeah, so did you start brushing him down and everything like that, or was it literally just a lead thing?
Yeah, so I think I always because I always had a really big interest in horses, and I saw this as the second best thing at the time. Yeah. So, yeah, just started treating him as if he was my little pony.
Yeah, and how'd you go at that show? Did they give out first, second, thirds and things?
Yeah, I think we placed 3rd, which was awesome, so... It was pretty good. I just fell in love with it.
And have you done a bit of showing since then?
Yeah, heaps. So I'm actually working for a lady, Annette Walker, who does Red Angus calves. So go down all across Victoria, showing with her in the show season. And
is she local to Bairnsdale?
No, she's in Wangaratta-ish.
Oh, right. So you just jump down and help lead cattle, or just prep work?
Go to the shows, do both leading and prep. But I can't, like, because of my age, I can't lead some of the bigger animals, so like the bulls and stuff.
Yeah.
So I stick with the heifers and the cows and all that.
So what's your greatest achievement showing cattle so far? Do you have one that sticks out in your mind?
Taking my stud cow Ruby up to Canberra, that was pretty awesome, and we placed second overall, like in our group. So yeah, that was really cool.
So let's talk about your stud cow. Is it a stud animal you bought, or is it one that you've bred?
So Ruby, my main cow, I bred her off my original stud animal.
Yeah.
And yeah, she's pretty cool. She just kind of follows you around the paddock, and she's been to quite a few shows, and she just comes around with me.
Yep. So what is she? What is Ruby?
So she's a lowline, which is like a Angus but tiny, which yeah, I'm starting to kind of move out of now because Dad's banned me from the lowlines because apparently there's no money in them, and yeah.
Yeah, well, there is in the hobby farmer still, I think.
Yeah, definitely, but that's not, I don't know. I think Dad also wants me to get into Angus as well, because then he can incorporate that into our own property.
All right, sounds like he's starting to use you for some good genetics.
Oh, 100%.
So have you got any stud Angus coming along?
So I just recently purchased a heifer, and while we were down there, Dad also bought a bull from the same stud.
Yeah.
So we've put them in together, and hopefully she's in calf. But
when were they joined?
Around March.
Yep.
April kind of thing.
So you haven't scanned her yet?
No, not yet. But
Oh,
yeah,
that's exciting.
hopefully we'll get some good results out of her.
Yep. So have you registered them?
Yeah. So when we bought them, they were registered, but the low lines, we did all the process ourselves.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah.
So what's involved in that? Because I'm actually a bit of a novice when it comes to cattle. I'm actually more of a sheep person. So tell me, you started with your own sort of animals, and then you went through the process of registering a stud.
Yeah, definitely. So the majority of it's online. So you fill out the paperwork, dam, sire, and you get like hair from the tails, and you rip that out and send it off to a lab. I think it's in Queensland. And yeah.
Is that to prove that they're a certain breed?
Yeah. So it's to prove that, so you can trace it all the way back to like original parent, like all the way back. It's pretty awesome. But it's got all like their DNA in it and stuff, and once that's in the system, it's not like it's in there forever. Yeah.
And now with the Angus, because you bought them from a stud line, you can just use their paperwork, can you?
Yeah, definitely. But so it's kind of like they all come like when you purchase them, they're registered, and you register them to your name.
Yeah. And
then once they have a calf, you just go through the same process again of parents like putting down their things and getting the calf's tails, hairs to
right. So that calf will be the start of your actual stud, is it?
Yeah.
But you can't use the parents because they're someone else's stud, or?
Well, I can because they're in my name, if that makes sense.
Right.
Like, you know, when you like buy a horse, for example, and it's registered, but then it comes down into your name, but it's still their stud.
Yeah.
So then now that calf will be the first one in my stud under my stud name.
Right. And what is your stud name?
Lookout Angus.
Lookout Angus.
Yeah.
Oh, because you live on
Mount Lookout.
That's
right.
It's
pretty awesome.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool. And where did the parents come from?
Moorunga, just in Melbourne there, just in the bit of just below it. So yeah. Yeah. We drove up there one night. Mum and Dad both, their parents lived there, so stayed at their house and went and looked at the cattle, and it was all live auction, like online auction from there. But yeah. Yeah.
Now, who's paying for these animals? Is Dad, or you got your own money?
Me. I've got my own money. Saved up from working. And
how much do you have to pay for? What's her name?
Eucalypta. So she was 2.5.
Yeah, right.
And I think she was, but yeah.
What's that like? A 15-year-old guy spending $2,500 on an animal? Is it something?
Feels pretty cool.
You like it?
It's just feels like, I don't know, just like you really get to be able to say, yep, that one's mine, you know, and be able to really point them out, and which that's all saved up from rearing other animals and selling them off, and yeah.
And what's the plan for Lookout Angus? Is it you want to grow it, I'm assuming?
Yeah. So I want to start putting it into Dad's herd and start really like kind of replacing the other animals and have set genetics and breeding, and like we want big animals, you know, because everyone loves to go out into a paddock and see some big Angus animals.
What sort of weights
around.
are you looking at?
500 kilos.
And do you want to sell bulls one day as well? And
yeah, definitely have a big bull set up where you can run them through the yards and have live auctions. I just love it.
Yeah. How far away you reckon from selling your first bull?
Ooh, matters what this heifer throws.
Are you hoping for a heifer or a bull calf?
Hoping for a heifer.
Yeah.
And then from there we can look into that. But
yeah. Have you thought about doing any embryo transfers or anything like that?
Yeah, so with the low lines we did a lot of AI.
Yeah.
And which was really cool, and I got super involved in that and everything, and they also teach it a lot on cattle camps and stuff, but I haven't really looked into the embryos that much, but it's definitely something I'm looking out for.
Yep. I'll give you a name after this podcast of a girl that's been doing it locally, and she'll look after you because she's done a bit now. It's really good to hear. So we'll look at your current pursuits now. So what's a typical week look like for you? I guess your life on the farm, school, what do you do each day?
Yeah, so get up, go to school, might go out in the morning and check on the cows and see the horses and see how they're doing.
You ride as well, I'm assuming?
Yeah.
Yep.
And then head off to school. Then after school I go to work at the dairy, which goes to about 6 o'clock. But
how many milkings do you do a week?
Well, at the moment, because we're just bringing them all in, but I think we're going to get up to 130.
Yeah, and do you milk every night after school, do you?
No, just Mondays and Thursdays.
Oh, yeah.
But, yeah, and then other nights we'll be out checking cows with Dad, or honestly, it just matters on the season, which that's all it is just.
Are you a spring calving? Are you calving now, are you? Or?
Yeah, I think we've got a few about to come through, so spring and autumn. We have 2 different groups. So
how many cows do you guys have?
About 250 breeders spread across multiple properties, so it keeps us on our toes.
Yeah. How many at the home block then?
Oh, I'd say about maybe 80 at the moment, which about breeders. So about 70 of them would have already calved, and we've got 10 new heifers in. Yeah, which are ready to go, but yeah.
And where's the other properties? Is it further away or fairly close by?
So we've got one down at we've got 2 on the river flats, but on opposite sides of the river.
That's convenient.
Yeah, definitely. But until we got to drive, it's 20 minutes in between each river, but it's you can see them from the properties. And then we've got one out at Glen Alladale.
Oh, yeah.
Which we're just leasing at the moment.
Yeah. Do you flood down there on the river flats?
Yeah. So a lot of the time, so we've got one property which is just for improved pastures, and we're really focusing on that. And then the other property, it gets pretty flooded, but we've got a hill which we go up the night before and move all the cows up onto.
The hill.
Yeah.
Does it stay underwater for long, does it, when it goes under, or is it drain pretty quick?
It drains pretty quick. It's so good.
It's handy.
It's just 2 days, 3 days max, and then it's just gone.
Yep. Did you go under the last flood or not?
Yeah, we did. So moved all the cattle up and then walked back down and fixed the fences the next day.
Yeah, I was going to say you'd be good at fixing fences then.
Yeah, getting pretty good at it.
Yeah, good. Now, in the email that you sent back, you said that one day you'd like to head off to Marcus Oldham. Is that correct still?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Why Marcus Oldham?
Honestly, I just love the different opportunities that they offer, and I love how they have lots of different facilities, and they're tools to use that they help you with. I just find that really interesting.
Now, do they have core subjects and then sort of elective type things? Have you looked into that yet?
So they've kind of got, I think, what I've seen, they've got 3 main things that you can study. So equine, agriculture, and agribusiness.
Yeah, which
I'm really looking at the agriculture.
Yeah.
So, but to get in, you got to do a 12-month placement elsewhere. So I'm looking at a thing called Ag Career Start, which is it's a program which they put you with a farm, and they help you get through all your certs and everything. And then while you're being paid on the farm, and
Yeah. So is that before you go, or do you do a year at Marcus and then go off farm for a...
So do this before I go, because for Marcus you got to have a 12-month placement before you can enroll. So, yeah, do this and then just go from there.
Yeah, because we've actually had an old staff member here, Darcy, and he's now at Marcus Oldham, and he's over in Western Australia because they do, from what he was saying, he does his first year on campus and then they've got to go away to a different property for 12 months just to experience a different system because he's here from a wool-grown meat production side of thing, and he's over in Western Australia at the minute doing a year over there on a big sheep property. So
yeah, okay, that's awesome.
Yeah, so it sounds like a really good college, and we've got an old staff member here as well, John Waller. You should talk to him one day, because he's an old alumni. He did it like 30 or 40, maybe even longer years ago.
That's so cool.
He speaks very highly of it though. So once you get out of Marcus Oldham, you're going to have all the skills. What career are you aiming for? Do you want to actually pursue the stud industry?
Yeah. So really get into all genetics and stuff, which that's like really interests me, and trying to get my version of a perfect herd, which, yeah, that's all I really want to do, to be honest. Have big stud sales and be pretty well known.
Give us 3 key characteristics of a perfect Angus.
I like big animals, everyone loves you walk into the cattle yard, you've got steers that are small, 300 kilo steers compared to 400 kilo steers. Well, most people are going to pick the 400 kilo steers, which everyone loves. I love an animal that performs in the paddock and can walk around and be like stunning and structurally sound and all that. But then also you get them in the yards and they look the exact same, if not better. Yeah. Versus an animal that only looks good in one place but not the other. I like animals that find that balance. And low birth weight is something I really...
Ease of calving sort of thing?
Yeah. Something I really appreciate and don't want to put that, like my animals through that. Yeah. Anything that's too, difficult for them. So try and make the process as easy as possible.
Oh, so I'll move on. You're a young person, obviously, in the industry. Being a young person in ag, what do you think are some of the big benefits as well as some of the challenges, I guess, of being a young person in the industry?
The stuff that you can take in and how much people will teach you if you have the time to listen to them. Like, if you were to sit down from someone and say, okay, what do you know? And the amount of stuff that you can take in from that is insane. And it's just like, yeah. But some of the things that are like more challenging, I guess, would be having other people my age in it, because I find there's not really that many people who are into agriculture, especially around my age, which is, considering we come from a really agricultural focused district in Victoria, there's really not that much interest in it.
Yeah, it's interesting you say that, because that was actually my next question. Is there much interest in other people your age? And you just answered that. But do you cop any flack for being so interested in ag, do you think?
Not really, no. Kind of just keep to myself, I'll talk about it if I feel like it. But yeah, it's not a big issue for me, and I'm proud of what I do and I'm proud of what I look for and represent, I guess. So
what about teachers and schools? Are they pretty supportive of what you've been doing? I'm assuming you take a bit of time off to go to the shows and things, or is it all in holidays?
Honestly, we try and keep it to holidays and weekends and stuff, which most of the shows are. But yeah, I guess so. Which Nagel have so they used to be really strong in agriculture, but it's died out over the years. But they've just re-rang back in a agricultural class for next year for my year 10.
Mr. Hamer's taking that, I hear.
Yeah. Which I was having to talk to him the other day about it, which he's pretty excited.
He actually called me today about a lambing issue.
Yeah.
I used to work at Nagel, actually, and used to teach that ag course, but with restrictions, it got harder and harder to teach it, and so numbers are off. Because I used to go down to Melbourne show cattle and do a carcass competition down there too.
Yeah.
Back in the day, so no longer. So let's move on to agriculture and education. So you're obviously going through your education years at the minute, not just ag, but all sorts of things. And you mentioned that schools sometimes don't offer ag as a subject, but they're just bringing one back in. What would you actually like to see in that space? What's sort of important in your mind to help our industry?
Well, I think I mentioned this before, but East Gippsland's really agricultural focused. Like, this is our thing. And it's kind of just really disappointing to see that schools aren't teaching that and bringing kids back in. So a lot of people want to, I don't know, move away to Melbourne, the cities, bright lights, you know what I mean, that kind of stuff. But it's just not really, like, it's just not focused on what is around here and keeping people here, I guess, which is disappointing.
Do you see lots of opportunities for young people that want to pursue an ag career in Gippsland?
Like, if you know, it's like, if you know the right people and if you're in the right groups, I guess, then it's just, yeah.
Yeah. What about your friends? If you were running a farm, would you employ some of your friends?
Oh, matters. Yeah, most of them are pretty good, but...
Some of them needs upskilling though, wouldn't they?
Yeah, just... I think it's more the education that comes with it, like the knowledge. They've got the power and the strength to do it and the discipline, I guess, but it's just the education doesn't come with it, I guess. Like the...
I think there's lots of skills that someone like yourself have picked up along the way that you probably take for granted. You put some people, say, in a cattle yard and they're not only going to spook the cattle but possibly get themselves killed, and that's what we, I think, and educators need to start doing, is giving opportunities to teach those kids some of those hard skills, all those skills. Now, you've come along to a fair few of the events at Gippsland Ag. What has stood out to you in the events that you've come here? What have you been to? I know you've been to the AI Day here. I remember you there.
Yeah, I really liked that one. And then I think I came with my uncle to a crop one.
Now, is that Bruce?
Yep, Bruce.
Yeah, he's your number one fan, by the way.
Oh, he loves it. He just loves coming out here and helping out. And
yeah, we always got a chair spare for him now, actually, because he can't stand for too long anymore. So
Yeah.
So you came to a cropping one as well, you remember?
Yeah, I think so. And what ones I haven't been to and Bruce has been, I always get just a ton of books dropped at home. You got to read this, Taylor. You got to read that. We got to get into this. It's pretty cool what you guys do around here and all the different stuff. Yeah,
what could we be doing for the young people of the area to promote ag a bit more? Sorry, this is a question off the cuff too, by the way.
Offering more opportunities, I think, and like trying to get like advertising for young people. Like the other day, you guys had a tractor one out here, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Where it was like, beginners tractor skills, like for women, I think.
Yeah, women in ag it was.
Yeah. So like, I don't know, maybe you could do something around, young people in ag and come out to that.
Yeah, well, just interestingly, if your school hasn't told you about it, we've actually got a careers expo, and that's all geared towards young people in ag, and a girl called Lily McCall, she's heading it up, so she's a young person herself, so it should be really good. So anyone listening, if you've got sons or daughters out there at school age, it's designed, I think, from year 12 down to about grade 4. So make sure you hit the school up if they have been a bit slack advertising. It's there. It's coming up mid-September, I think. So tell your friends about it. So we're hosting it here, but run by East Gippsland Council, which will be good. Outside of farming, what do you do? Sounds like you don't have much time left.
Oh, yeah. Well, I've got a house up at Dinner Plain, so spend a fair bit of time up there just skiing, and I've got a job up there as well. So
what are you, washing dishes, or what do you do up there?
No, so I'm a waitress, floor staff. It's pretty good. Just run around serving everyone.
Yeah, so that's holidays and weekends during the...
Yeah, holidays and weekends during the season and in the off season. It's just as good up there in summer as it is in winter.
What happens up there in summer?
Well, there's heaps of events and stuff, especially over Easter. They've got the rodeo and they hold like a Easter egg hunt kind of thing. But yeah, we've got some pretty good friends up there, and there's always mountain biking and...
I thought nothing happened up there during the summer.
No, there's always heaps on.
Yeah. Any sports you involved in around town?
Yeah, I do a fair bit of horse riding. Just go to the local pony club. And
which one are you involved in?
Bairnsdale Pony Club, which is pretty good. Just go there for a day or so.
Yep.
Have a ride around, learn some new stuff.
Yeah. When's the last time you fell off?
Actually, last night.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Just at home?
At my riding instructor's place, we were going around and they turned on the sprinklers and my horse wasn't expecting it.
Yeah,
and he just freaked out. He was like, no way, don't get me wet.
Yeah.
And he spun and I was just like, not ready for it.
Yeah. Got a bruise from it, have you, or not?
Not yet, but it'll come in a couple of days.
Now, last question. it's one we ask all our guests at the very end, is what's something you've learnt recently that surprised you? Now, you'll be learning lots of things all the time, your tender age, but what has actually surprised you?
So when you chop up a piece of like meat, this is in most animals that you get, it can actually, like the fat in it can actually come, like it can be yellow. And this is like all influenced by its diet and genetics. So an Angus animal, right, might have a really like white meat because they're grain fed. Like, you know, when you walk into a supermarket and it says grain fed beef, you know, it's a really promoted thing. And that makes the fat more white. Versus if you have a dairy animal who's consistently on grass and, you know, could get the milk up, their fat's going to be yellow. And big brand supermarkets won't take that. Like, they won't sell yellow fatted meat, which I find is really interesting.
Yeah, it's an image thing, isn't it?
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
Yeah, well, I'll add to that actually, because we had some heifers recently go to the abattoirs and back to Lukey's Meat, and so I went on a tour around Lukey's, and he mentioned that exact same thing, is the white fat was a grain-based diet, and he could say this one's grain and this one's grass just by looking at it. And the other interesting thing is he can tell the sex of an animal by looking at the pelvic bone. So when they split it, the birth canal is obviously going to be bigger for a heifer. So he said, this one will be a female, and they have tags on them to identify them. And sure enough, that was a female. And had a look, and this one will be male. So it's quite interesting to see the animal once the skin's off, and you can see some of the bones and the muscles. So yeah, I found that very interesting actually. Yeah. So what do you prefer, grass or grain?
I'm honestly not that picky, to be honest. I just eat whatever's in front of me.
It's been a pleasure having you in, Taylor.
Yeah, thank you so much.
It was very brave of you. Not everyone would do something like this, and at 15 years old, you've done a lot, and so I really appreciate you coming in.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, bye for now. A big thank you for tuning in today. And remember, if you have a question about today's episode or a topic you'd like us to cover, reach out to one of our many platforms and join the conversation. We're here because of your passion and commitment to agriculture. Together, we can build a stronger farming future.
This podcast is made possible by the Future Drought Fund Regional Drought Resilience Planning Program, co-funded by the Victorian and Australian governments.